Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Valor Ridge. The purpose of today's video is to explain to you just how often firearms are used for defensive purposes in this country as opposed to the killing spree extravaganza that the far radical left and gun control activists want to discuss. Now, all the data that I'm pulling is from government studies, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. And I'm going to use two different ones that they just didn't feel that they had the need to share it with everybody. And the first one comes from the 1996 to 1998 study that they just kept under lock and key, and that's a pretty fun one to go over. And then, of course, I'm going to go over the one from 2013 that the Obama administration spent over $10 million conducting, and that one kind of backfired on them too. So let's go ahead and get started. Back in the 90s, Gary Kleck, a criminologist from Florida State University, estimated anywhere between 700,000 to 2.5 million or 3 million uses of firearms defensively in the United States every year. Now, the far left and all the gun control activists like the Brady campaign and Handgun Control Inc. and all those other people that are just, just irrationally scared of firearms for whatever reason. Freud would probably have a lot to talk about that, but they said that there's no way that was used. That's asinine. That's asinine. That's far NRA backed propaganda. And well, for about 20 years, they were just, the Kleck studies were just dismissed out of hand. There's no way. No. Guns kill more people, kill way more people than they save lives. Well, it came out that there was an unpublished CDC study from the exact time that Gary Kleck was doing his research as well. And it's not going to look good for the gun control people because they suppressed information that said exactly what Kleck said. That there are approximately 2.5 million defensive uses of guns in the United States every year. I want you to think about that. You're like, wait a minute, 2.5 million people aren't getting killed by firearms. That's right. So as a professional firearms instructor who teaches people defense, let me explain why this is possible to you, okay? And I'm sure most of you watching this video understand what I'm talking about. I'm speaking to the people that click on this because they think that it's going to support their gun control narrative. And right about now, their heart rate's elevated. They're going to have to take some extra Xanax. They're going to have to maybe cry themselves to sleep, and that's fine. I'm not here to embarrass you. I'm here to tell you that gun control people are as wrong as dick cancer. So here's the thing. When they did this study, they found out that people didn't fire their gun every time that they used it for self-defense. You see, it's about 1 in 30, about 1 in every 30 times a concealed carrier or a gun owner actually has to shoot somebody with their gun when they present the pistol. So 1 in 30 times a firearm is presented to protect somebody, 1 in 30 is when they actually shoot it. So I want you to think about that. 2.5 million times a year, approximately, that people use firearms to protect themselves. That's women, wives, daughters, fathers, sons that are protecting themselves against violent criminals. In fact, it's such an important number to understand because all these people are going to say, well, there's tens of thousands of people killed with firearms every year. Look, 61% of those are suicides, man. So if people are going to kill themselves, they're going to kill themselves. Japan has a much higher suicide rate than the United States, and there's no guns there. For all you people that want to talk about we should be more like Japan, there's no guns, but what there is a personal dossier by all the police on every citizen. So all you people that are, liberty-minded, you may not want to use Japan as an example of a free society. Now, the other thing that you got to consider is, in 2013, the Obama administration spent $10 million, a bunch of money on the CDC study, and that backfired wondrously in the administration. They claimed for years that the NRA, they suppress studies on gun violence because they don't want the real numbers to come out. Well, when they finally did it in 2013, guess what? The CDC study confirmed Kleck's findings. On the lowest number, they said 700,000 defensive uses of firearms, anywhere from 700,000 to 3 million. So anywhere between 700,000 to 3 million. I want you to think about that. And if we take the government's numbers, that there are 300,000 violent uses of firearms, in other words, criminal uses of guns every year, if we take that at face value, even the lowest figure from these government studies outnumbers the illegal uses of them. So it's kind of backfired in your face. And I'm going to put links to all these studies in the description box below. So all you gun control snowflakes out there, all you far left rabid people that hate firearms, I don't want you to attack me personally. I want you to refute these numbers done by your precious government. And I want you to do that. And when you cry and you end up crying about this, I've got a guy that can help you actually use a firearm, okay? And he may be wearing a shirt right now that says Valor Ridge. So if you actually want to face reality and learn how to use a firearm effectively, come on out here. And I can teach you how to do that so that you don't have to live in a world of hopeful ignorance for the rest of your life. If you found the information in the video helpful, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Facebook. And if you want to learn to live in a gun-free utopia, come on out to Valor Ridge and we can make sure that that happens for you. This is Reid Henrichs of Valor Ridge reminding you the lessons that we learned are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.